Just kind of getting going in here. Just thought we'd set up a simple kind of studio with some ideas on the kind of the different backgrounds, the different setups that we're going to be running during the course of the series. The first thing I would say is obviously even if you're working in a very, very small space, is to ensure that each of those walls that are available is a technical a photograph ready to happen. When I'm setting up a studio space, as a rule, I usually run with 3 white walls. The fourth, obviously, wall is behind camera position or kind of where the editing goes on, whatever you would be. But what we're looking at in here is a large white wall running down my one side. Then we've got some colored backgrounds here, paper. I've just put a pop-up in the corner there just to kind of give you an idea in a very, very small space photography. Perhaps I'm a child photographer. We've just been doing a series on the Photographer Academy, which is the 10 steps to start a child photography business. And the kind of the space that we're looking at here is ample for what we would need. We've set up around about a 16 by 16 size of room. So it could be a small garage that you've converted or a small kind of office space that you get use of and so on. As far as the coloured backdrop's concerned, those can obviously be changed. Our studio is an old converted church, so basically we get to put our backgrounds up very high, which means that it's very expensive when the background roll gets towards the end because it can't reach the floor by the time we cut everything off. Over on this side then, we've just put up one of our event backgrounds on the frame. It takes about 20 minutes to actually put up. And then we've got a kind of a solid wall behind here, just as a kind of a movable wall, in fact. But I've put the kind of the cloth backgrounds, which are my favorite kind of accessory when I'm buying in and when you're getting going, because obviously they're easy to store. You can clip them anywhere. You can hang them from a rail or from a wire. It just depends on you. As far as the kind of the lighting that we're going to be using during our demos, it's pretty much all Elinchrom. I'm an Elinchrom photographer now for many, many years. And again, I use it, Swiss made, Swiss precision, and kind of that's what I want as a kind of a, I am a bit nuts on getting the right exposure all the time. And so again, at least the Elinchrom, when it's metered right, you're basically guaranteed to get the same results every exposure that I take. As far as the kind of the different accessories that we're going to be using, you're going to see everything from a budget background kind of illumination, like a reflector dish, some cheap gels, whatever it would be, going into the more expensive, elaborate ranges of some of the reflector dishes and beauty dishes with grids, before we kind of work on the soft boxes, and we're going to be showing you everything from a kind of budget range right through the high end for the kind of the budget. These photography the series is predominantly aimed at the portrait photographer. Even though I'm man and boy photographer, commercial photography trained, that's why that precision element really is a must for me. I know I'm old school and use a meter, but the reason that we do that is that every shot I take has got to be a guaranteed shot. So until I move the light or the subject moves closer or further away from the light, you're going to be seeing the images straight out of the camera, getting the kind of the perfect shot right at source. So any post-production is going to be to enhance that image instead of fixing images. You're going to see us tethered as well. For those of you who know that I shoot into Capture One with tether tools. And basically you're going to see a tether tool cable, which is the orange kind of bright part in all kind of photographic sets, combined with the likes of a jerk stopper, which is the little kind of element that stops you being able to pull it out of the camera by mistake or damage the camera ports. As far as the other equipment, I mentioned about the kind of light meter as such. It's not an essential piece of your kit. However, once you get in tuned with being able to expose perfectly within your photograph, you'll pretty much never go back again. Other little things that you're going to see kind of used in some of the setups as well are things like reflectors, large, small, and mediums, depends on the kind of look that we want. They even double up as a wind machine if you waft them fast enough. But we're going to talk a little bit technique, a little bit kind of creativity, a little bit stylization. But if nothing else, these live sessions, I'm hoping that I'm going to inspire you to be a better photographer every time you pick up a camera. So again, check out the live sessions on both the Photographer Academy, record them for post-watch, or you can watch them here on YouTube, of course. See you on the first sessions, which start very, very soon.